Good afternoon. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that everyone's tuning in to see us today. Welcome to Essence Table Talk, where we are here with myself, Kimberly Anthony, and I am a registered nurse, and I am retired major from the Army Nurse Corps, and I just love my community, and I love supporting my community, and I'm here with two wonderful ladies who also love the community and also serve in the community alongside of me, me alongside of them, I should say, because they're wonderful. So I'm going to let them speak about themselves, and we'll start with Miss Arlinda.
Oh, thank you, Kimberly. It's so wonderful to have you here. It's so good to be part of this team.
Yes, it is.
Beautiful ladies who have a lot to offer. You are, truly, truly. And I think in the Bible it says, hang out with folks that are similar.
That's right.
Equally yoked folks,
Yoked.
Yes. And then you can make something even better.
That's right.
Not just for yourself, but for the world.
That's right.
Mankind, Anyway, I'm Erlinda Patterson, and I love Essence Table Talk because we can talk about just anything.
Anything.
And our viewers are welcome to send in questions to Rialto Network at 150 South Palm, Rialto Network, and it's 92376. And they can send us questions, and we'd love to have more questions.
That's beautiful.
And I'm here also, right across me is a great lady that I wanted to have her back here because she just has so much to offer. And please tell us who you are, lovely lady.
Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Lady Chevelle McKenzie, as they call me, and I'm the First Lady of St. Timothy Community Church here in the city of San Bernardino. My husband is Pastor David McKenzie. He's the senior pastor there. And we are I'm just excited to be here with you ladies today. So many different hats and titles that we all hold. I am the project manager for the Behavioral Health Ministries Prevention Program, where we work with those who are dealing with mental health challenges. And wife of 32 years. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't time go by fast?
It does. Oh my goodness. Mother to 7, grandmother to 5.
Oh, girl.
And very,
still
very
look
busy.
like a model.
Very, very busy. But and in my spare time, I also educate students.
In what arena?
Special needs. Special needs.
Wonderful.
Yes, that's my passion. But all grade levels. Yes. So
it's wonderful.
Glad to be here today.
Yeah, Ecclesia Church is very fortunate to have you there.
Yes.
Because you do so much also, and they do for the community, and that's what you do. You work to help others. And then St. Timothy's, oh my God, you guys have all the holidays, you have lines and lines of people.
Well, also your church also.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
You're
Oh,
very
yes.
busy.
Yes,
You are
very
Yes,
busy.
we are very busy with Greater Faith Grace Bible Church in Rialto.
Yes.
Pastor Harry Bratton is wonderful and pushes us softly so that we can do more to help others.
That's beautiful.
A little later I'll tell you a little bit about our Compassion Homeless Outreach.
Oh, okay,
We have
good.
a wonderful program. But right now, this program, one of the questions that someone asked me recently, and I know you have something special to say about this, about someone that's going to be on the show in the future. But I saw a television program, me and my television programs. Well, I saw this show, and this young lady was victimized. They kidnapped her, and she was never found. Where did that child go? Beautiful 18-year-old girl who you can see that there was a fight in the room, in the bedroom,
Oh, wow.
and is gone. Beautiful 18, 19-year-old girl.
It seems, that's happened a few times. I know there was another person, a 14-year-old, she just showed up out of nowhere. She was been gone, I can't remember what age she had, been gone, but she just showed up out of nowhere, and they were trying to figure out how long she, where was she at all this time. They haven't disclosed any of that yet,
Of course.
I'm sure with the investigation we'll know more about that. But yeah, it happens a lot.
It happens a lot. But it doesn't just happen to young girls.
No, it doesn't.
happens
Oh,
to
no.
young men, it
And
happens
you
That's
don't
right.
have to be blonde and blue-eyed
No.
because they are stealing people
Yes.
of all color,
Yes,
Gender.
yes,
There's
this
no
is true.
discrimination in
no
human
discrimination.
trafficking.
And what do they do with them? I mean, they prostitute them,
You know,
they sell them.
yeah. And you hear more and more about it, you know, nowadays. I'm pretty sure it was happening back in the day, but we're hearing more and more because we're able to bring more awareness
Absolutely.
to it. And so
Absolutely.
thank God for that. But with
Right.
that, we need to be able to not only bring awareness to it, but also be able to help protect and stop these
Right.
vile people who are you know,
Absolutely
kidnapping.
vile.
You know, and so we
next
need that.
month we will be having some
Surprise,
a surprise person talking about that, and she's
Oh,
wonderful,
good.
and she's a survivor of human trafficking, and she will be on, and she has a wonderful testimony. Her testimony is. It's amazing. Everyone should hear it, and her mission in life is to help young people.
That is
young
beautiful.
ones, young people get off the
A
streets.
survivor. I love
Yes,
that.
yes.
So tune in for next month, and you'll get to know her for yourself.
Oh, I
I love
can't
it.
wait. You know,
Yes.
I'm really excited
Very
about
excited.
that. I really can't wait.
Very
But
excited.
in the meantime, however, I'm pretty sure that our producers will put the phone number for you know, the human
Resources.
trafficking number for
Yes.
resources.
A lot of resources
Yeah,
out there. County,
yeah.
San Bernardino
We-
County has
Yeah,
resources.
absolutely.
Yes.
So that if someone has a thought or you know, pain that they want to discuss about someone that's not there anymore,
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
do
Yes.
that. And
Yes.
do it the sooner the better.
Absolutely.
The sooner the better. You know, when there's a natural disaster, I'm sure that people disappear, not just die. I'm talking disappear.
Yes.
They take the babies, they take the young women, the young men, and I believe that they use them for what working, modern day slavery.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Oh, my heart just goes out to these families.
Oh
that,
yes,
you know,
of course. But there
Right,
are resources, and we're going to be talking about all that. We're going to put up the
Good.
number.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Looking forward
yeah,
to
yeah.
it.
But today we're going to make sure that everyone has that number so that they can reach out,
Good.
you know, and reach for help,
Good.
so that we can help them. You know, young women, young men, young children, even adults they take.
Yes.
And you know, I myself would not go to Mexico, and I'm not. I love Mexico. Don't get me wrong. And you know, I run around with these little rings and earrings and whatnot. If I were that in Mexico, I'm scared that that taxi I take is not going to take me to
Oh,
the
no.
restaurant I want to go to.
And
So
take
you know,
you somewhere.
that would be the last thing,
Yes.
the last place I would want to go.
Yeah, it's always that possibility. You have to be aware.
Right.
You have to be careful. Be aware.
You have to be very
Yes.
cautious.
You know, and then we have to, like you said, be cautious, have to be aware of our surroundings. We have to, I was watching a show today, and the lady was jogging with earbuds in her ears. You know,
Yes.
we have to also take the steps,
responsibility.
Yes.
yes, to
Yes,
help
to
protect
protect
ourselves.
ourselves.
We can't just we can't rely on the government or the police
Right.
because
Right.
you know there's so much going on. The onus starts with us. Parents, we've got to teach our kids.
Right.
Walk in groups, you know, don't walk by yourself.
Don't be alone.
Walk,
Especially in high
you know,
schools. Especially in high schools.
exactly.
Oh,
Don't walk
yes.
on the side, walk on the curb, you
Yes.
know. Carry a whistle, you know, yell fire. These
Right,
things
right,
that
right.
we're not teaching our kids. And then I think this is something that needs to be shared in schools too.
Yes.
You know,
Well, back
They're-
in the day when I was a young lady, you know, they had home economics. You know, in the 8th or 9th grade, they
Yes.
taught you how to cook, how to clean your kitchen. You know,
Yes.
They talked about sex.
yes,
Right.
They taught me, you know, that this is is no good to do right now. You know, and if you chew a rubber, a condom, you know. So I believe truly that these classes are missing. But then the main one is we used to say prayer in the morning. at church, at
yes.
school.
Yes,
remember- well,
they've
you were
taken
too-
that out of there, out of school. You know,
You guys are too young to remember that, but yes, you know, we used to be able to.
yes, yes, and when they threw that out, they threw out a lot of protection,
Yes.
you know, but we have to get back to that. Even if the schools don't, you know, allow corporate prayer. Parents, my granddaughter she started school today. Today was her first day back. And we said prayer before she's in preschool, and we said prayer this morning. I prayed the prayer of protection over her. God cover her, because when I'm not there, even when I am there, I still need God to cover her at all times. And
I know
so
this Sunday we're going to do that. We're going to pray over everyone's going back to school, elementary school, high school, middle school, and college students. Because college is also a very big thing.
Yes. I mean, they're taking the girls right off the campus.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, so we need to increase security in those parts. You know, my little granddaughter is 17, and she also went to Hawaii with us, you know, in our vacation recently. And little one said, "Oh, Grandma, I'm going to be moving to Canada to go to college." So her and her mother and father went on a tour to some schools in Canada. I'm really nervous about it.
Yeah.
You know. And so when she said, "Oh, Grandma, I'm also going to Berkeley," she's up there right now.
Oh, okay.
It's up north.
Yeah, checking out that school. So when she said Berkeley, I said, "Oh, I can still see you."
I can follow you.
Yes. It's easy to drive to Berkeley, you know. So there's just so many frightening things out there that we just have to have faith.
We have to.
Faith in our Lord and continue on.
That's right.
You know, with our mission.
That's right.
And our mission is to help others.
Amen.
And not only in the physical sense, but the spiritual sense.
That's right.
Well,
That's right.
That's my opinion, but that's just Erlinda.
That's a good opinion. I agree.
I thank you. But you know what? I was also looking at some notes in the computer, and it said, and this just happened to one of my friends, the child OD'd. And might have been accidental, you know, this is what we're saying, so I believe insurance or something, you know. But the little boy was 28. You know, beautiful young man, you know, had his own accordion music group he was just starting. Just a wonderful person, a wonderful family. And he was from Mexico, and he felt depression, he said. And he went in the streets and bought depression pills.
Oh, wow.
Didn't know what he bought.
Right.
Yes.
So, needless to say, you know, in the Mexican community, a lot of times people still have the viewing in the home, the casket in the home. Right.
Yes.
And I actually went to the service, and it was just, oh, Lord, I was tired. You know, and I'm a Baptist, but I used to be a Catholic.
Okay.
And I believe, you know, I know the saints and, you know, all the statues and all this stuff that they have.
Yes.
They had statues, you know, big Catholic statues all over the room. Oh, it was about 100 people sitting there, all in white, everybody.
Oh, wow.
Just crying and crying. And I kept trying to tell Mommy, you know, you have him in your heart forever.
Yes.
You know, God just lends us our children sometimes, or a loved one, for a while. You know, and
you know, that's such a hard pill to swallow. You know, that's a great debate right there, because so often those of us who are Christians, we are like, you know what, God has loaned us them, but the world doesn't see that. And how can we even those in church? I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to the hospital with my husband to see someone who has just lost a family member. They don't want to hear that God has loaned and that they're in a better place, you know.
Well, that's the last thing I would say. They're in a better place.
Yes. But you know, I learned years ago that sometimes silence is the
Absolutely.
best
That's what I said.
thing that we can do. You know,
That's it.
just sit there,
sit there.
hold their hand, comfort them, let them know, you know what, I'm here for you, whatever you need, you know, because even bedside manners, going into the hospital, someone is sick and you walk in the room and say, how you doing? What do you think? How do you think I'm doing? I'm laying here in the hospital, you know?
Uncle said, I
I
can't
think he's
move.
all over the place.
He said, besides, I can't move my leg.
Yeah.
I can't turn over.
So why do you ask how you doing? Oh, Lord, yes, good point.
But you know, we just want to be helpful.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
sometimes being helpful can actually hurt,
Damage.
yes, someone that's
damage,
going through
yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
You know, I had a loved one. I'll just say a loved one, because I want to put the business out in the streets. But and he took fentanyl by accident. As far as we believe it, he thought it was it was by accident. He was doing drugs and took fentanyl by accident. He ended up passing away. I can't tell the mother or the grandmother at that moment, you know, anything. There's nothing I could say to comfort them. And
Oh, that's your
now,
child.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
Now a year later, the grandmother and the mother and I can sit around and talk about it, and we can, and I can say, you know, he's in a better place. But at that moment,
Right.
oh
It's
no.
like you
You
said,
don't
the best
hear
thing
it.
you do is
That's the
just sit
last
there
thing.
and be silent and just let them go through.
Yes.
They have to go through their
That's
their
right.
way. I always say it's your way, no
Yes.
one else's way. You have to go.
Yes.
And you know, one of the things that some of my Hispanic people believe in is if you suicide, you know what I'm going to
Yes,
say.
I know
You're
exactly.
Going to hell,
Mm-hmm.
or this is the so-called purgatory.
Because you couldn't
You know,
ask for
and-
forgiveness.
And you know, my pastor said to me, I said, what do I tell her? And he said, I'm going to tell you. He said, there's only one thing that he does not forgive. Not accept him.
Right.
Not believe in him.
Blaspheme, yes.
That's right.
Right,
Yes.
right.
And
But
who
you
are
know-
we?
Along with speaking about drugs, but right now I did see on television that they were talking about chroming TikTok. These TikToks are really bad. So in TikTok they're chroming, which means it's like inhalants. They're huffing. They're using
Oh.
things to smell, and that's what these kids are getting high on.
Oh, wow.
And it's killing brain cells.
Oh,
first
my
of all.
goodness.
What is
And
it? What is it?
It's inhaling. It's
An
like
inhaler?
you're taking like an aerosol. Any
Oh.
aerosol. It could be usually they use
Paint.
paint.
Right,
Yes, you
right.
can
I
use
know that's a
paint.
big one.
That's a big one. Paint is a big one. Another one is another one that you smell like perfume or something.
Oh,
And you
okay.
just smell it and they inhale it. But
Mm.
it's a
The
TikTok.
fresheners, the air
Yes,
fresheners, you know.
absolutely. So it's
Oh,
a
my
TikTok
goodness.
that they're doing, and it's very dangerous. It's very
And it can
dangerous,
kill.
and it can kill. And it's
The
very
brain
common.
cells
Right,
are going to be
right.
fried.
That is
what you're
crazy.
saying.
Yeah.
But
But that's a common thing right now. So TikTok is not always a good thing.
that
Everybody's-
should be a topic, the dangers of
everyone-
TikTok.
Right. Everyone is saying TikTok is so good, but TikTok can be pretty dangerous. too.
Remember when they did the Kylie Jenner challenge with the lips? They were putting their lips in the glass jar to make their lips huge, you know?
Right,
wow.
right,
Crazy
right.
things. Then they got to have the one where they're running through the supermarket, putting a bucket over people's heads, and yeah, I mean, just
Well,
crazy
I saw they were
things.
doing one particular one was a young man, and he was opening the ice cream, the big container,
Yes.
and eating out of it, and then throwing it back in, and just running through the store in and out. I mean, it's just crazy stuff that the kids are doing.
Right, right.
Oh
Well,
my
not just the
goodness.
kids, there are some older people
Yeah,
that are doing
yeah.
it too.
It was
Yes.
a lot of
You know,
them
but
doing
it
it.
is really weird that 2022 has had the highest death rate, in suicidal, and
And social
it's-
media is not helping.
no, social media is definitely not helping this.
No.
But it's also, I would say that there would be, I don't have the statistics here. However, I would believe that mental illness
Oh,
causes
most
a
definitely.
lot of our suicide.
Oh, definitely. You know, there's
Untreated.
untreated, exactly.
Untreated.
Untreated.
And then
That's
there's
the
the
one.
ones who just don't want to take their medication anymore. They believe they're stable.
They're well.
And I mean, there's death by suicide by the police. You have that.
Yes.
The ones who actually want you to kill them so that they can be out of their pain. Then there's the ones who are going through grief, you know, and we've talked about this. COVID, the past 2 years was traumatic to our environment, you know, so we've had students that were affected who lost parents, grandparents.
Yes.
How do you cope with that? You know, especially when you were secluded to your home for 2 years, these students.
And they're afraid to go back to school. They're afraid to be around people. One of my nieces, she's afraid to be around a crowd. Crowd just makes her nervous. So she has to go back to school, and she's like a nervous wreck.
I know a pastor who won't go anywhere. He's afraid, you know, because he's had COVID, you know, and I mean, how many of us have had COVID and right afterwards we were on guard, gloves, masks, hand sanitizer.
I didn't want to touch anything. I was like, oh my goodness. You know?
And, you know, and my daughter is a nurse as well, you know, Lisa, and she, oh gosh. You know, everything.
Right. I said, I'm not a germaphobe, but you know, infectious control. I as a nurse, infectious control is very important.
She still does, you know, this, not as bad, but she still does that. You know, it's something that's going to probably be with us for the rest of our lives. If not our lives, other, you know, the future generations. The COVID is going to be like the flu.
Yes.
And then they, you know, when they come up with the next booster, they'll probably offer it around, you know, that same time they offer the flu vaccines. So,
well, as a survivor of COVID, and as a person that lost my brother and sister 10 days apart from COVID, I know that the toll that it can take on a person, on a family, you know, on an individual. So the suicide rate, I can believe that it has increased because we've gone through so much. I mean, look at the economy, housing prices. People can't purchase a home now, you know, and if you're in a home, you're threatened to get put out, or either you own the home and you're renting it and someone is living in it and they won't move out, you know?
Yeah, because all those resources are only good for so long.
Yes.
I think
There's so many challenges, You know, it is, there's so much to talk about. But we'll be back in a minute. We're going to go to commercial.
All right.
We have something special to see, okay?
Okay.
So, hold the thought.
All right.
You're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. All right, guys, we are back on track here. Yeah, but that was interesting to talk about. It was the COVID issue, you know, and with faith and medicine, you know, we might be able to pull through this.
It's true. And with COVID starting to rise up again, we have to be more careful, continue to be cautious and careful and aware that it's still there. It's not gone. It has not gone away.
So, by being careful, you as a nurse, you know, in your profession, military nurse, in your profession, tell me, what should I be doing as a 70-something-year-old woman?
Well, continue. Well, if you're outside, it's different. I mean, it's okay if you don't have to continue to wear your mask. 'Cause if you feel like, if you think you need to wear gloves, but you don't always have to wear gloves. Just make sure you have hand sanitizer. I don't go anywhere without my hand sanitizer. It's still in my purse. I keep it with me. I keep it in my car. Every time I get back in my car, squirt, squirt.
Yes.
And so that's very important. But as far as masks, I think masks are important when you are around a large crowd of people and there's not a lot of circulation. But if you're outside in a big store, a larger store like Costco's or Sam's Club, it's, it's
Wear
probably
your
okay.
mask.
Yeah.
Wear your mask. Okay.
Can I tell you guys, I was
Yes.
on a plane in June. Went to my uncle's funeral, and on the way back,
That's where you should wear your mask.
oh my goodness, I was so furious with myself because I didn't have my mask. And the lady next to me just coughed and coughed
Yes.
the whole time. And baby, when I tell you I wanted to get up and leave, I said, oh, but I couldn't go anywhere. And but she was so nice, but she, just coughed.
Yeah.
That's when I got extremely sick when I got to Texas. And thank God my daughter just nursed me back to Desiree. Thank you, Desiree. She nursed me back to good health. But I was miserable and I was
Because you were just thinking about it.
Yes.
Like, oh my goodness, does she have it or does she not have it?
Yes.
That happened to my sister also, but she had a mask on, so she was. I'm so thankful and grateful that I had that mask on, and because that's what we agreed. We said we were going to wear a mask on this plane because we have an elderly that we were going to see who had medical problems, and I didn't want to take any chances. I said we are not taking COVID to them. So we wore our masks, and thank goodness she did. Because
Yes. Well, I had it, but it, sitting in the airport, it must have dropped somewhere, so I couldn't find it. And I'm just panicking. I'm looking all over for this mask, and so I'm trying to cover with my. I didn't want to be rude, but I'm trying to cover because I'm thinking about I don't want to be sick when I get off this plane, and I ended up severely sick.
goodness
I mean, really
Should
sick.
have really done. Told the attendant, upgrade me to first class, please. Next time.
Thank you for that advice, because
time.
next time I surely will.
Definitely,
I was
definitely.
livid. I mean, and she didn't have a mask on, and she was just,
Poor lady.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're both gonna be sick.
For both of you, because she probably went home and totally terrible.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's true.
really bad. Recently too, that came to my attention was the school system is having issues with children, young kids who are, I would say 15, 20, 17, whatever. They are losing their rights as far as if they tell someone at school that they are gay, it has to go, the school system has to inform, right, the parent. Isn't that one of the policies that they developed?
Well, I know for our school district, we don't. It's actually something that they asked us not to disclose. So I guess each school district may be having, may have a different take on it.
Right, and that's what we were talking about
Right,
earlier.
everyone-
Every
Mhm.
school, every state.
Every state and every city.
Yes.
Different.
Yeah,
different
they have
policies.
certain rights. So that's
Right.
still something that's, they're fighting about,
That's
in the
so-
school system
yeah.
for our children.
Mm.
I mean, there's so many other things that we could be fighting about.
Mm. Yeah.
I totally respect each and every one, as far as their identity, their gender, whatever it is. I mean, I know God forgives. I know that.
Yes. he
So
is.
if one of my kids was to tell me, Mom, I'm gay or whatever, well, you're just not telling me. I've known for years, because a mother
That
usually
happens a lot
does.
in families. I've always known that.
If that was the case, but I haven't had that
Yeah.
issue. However, I believe totally that's how I would feel.
Now, do you think that it would be best for the schools to enlighten the parent? Because just thinking about the criticism, the ridicule that the kids are going to come up against with their own classmates, maybe the parents can actually, if it's a parent that is understanding, that can help their child to find help, get counseling, not to sway them, not
Right.
you know, that's not what I'm
Right, to
saying,
be able
but
to
to be
deal
able
with the
to
issues.
deal with, yes, you know, we all have our take on all of these topics,
Right.
but I believe that no one should be bullied
Right.
or
Oh,
you
no.
know, or you know,
They have the
ridiculed
right to
for
go to school and be safe.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It should be,
Absolutely.
school should be a safe place.
it definitely
for all,
should.
for everyone, all
Yeah.
kids.
I think as a parent, I would want the school to let me
To let you
know,
know.
so that way I can, you know,
Talk to
So-
your
Talk to my
child, make the
child.
right
So
decision.
why is it that some of the parents are upset about it? If I totally, myself, if my children, you know, someone said, Mrs. Patterson, your child is this and this, I'd say, well, thank you. Let me, you know, maybe your counselor and I can talk so that I can know how to deal with it or how to talk to them. You know?
yeah.
I would be grateful. But why is it the opposite side is upset and doesn't want the parent to be told that it should be confidential with just the child in the school?
You know, there's so many different areas.
It's a
Shame.
large topic.
Some parents are shame. Some it's their belief. You know, their culture, the way they were raised, their
Right.
background.
That's a big one, I think, in
Yes.
culture.
And so there's so many different reasons that are out there as to why a parent would struggle with that, you know. I don't think there's just one answer for that.
Right,
but
right. You know, I just also heard on the radio, I heard that, you know, that famous performer, singer, Neo. Neo. Apparently, he said something that was transphobic. He made some comments,
Oh, really?
very negative comments.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it affects a lot of the culture that he's singing to, that's buying his music.
Oh.
So, you know, he made an apology.
Oh, okay.
He really did. He actually stood his ground and said, respectfully, I'm sorry.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
which is lovely. I believe. I
Yeah.
believe that a person, you know, has enough respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what the word is. The world needs more respect for each other.
Absolutely.
You know, in
That's
so many
true.
different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the market this morning, and there was a young man there, and he said, "May I put your groceries in the car?" And I said, "No," but I said, "You know, Jesus loves you." And he said, "Yes, I know. Thank you." He said, "Thank you very much." And then I said, "Would you like something to drink?" And I had a couple of bottles in the car of water. And for some reason, God said, "Give him $5 so he can buy a sandwich," because he looked like a clean-cut, hungry kid. You know, and I knew that he wasn't going to save those $5 to make 20 to buy a shot or a pill or something. I knew he was hungry. I could, you know, you can
Tell he was
identify.
hungry.
And he was so grateful. And he, you know, I didn't let him do the grocery thing, but he was there to pick up the basket and put it away for me and said, "Blessings." That's what he said. He said, "Blessings." And I
Praise
said,
God.
you just never know how you impact a person's life by the way you speak to them.
This is true.
Respect.
This is
You know,
true.
respect is really the key.
Ms. Erlinda,
Yes, ma'am.
can you not talk to strangers? I don't want you to be a victim of sex trafficking.
Thank you. Thank you for the guidance.
She's very good at stopping on the side of the road, opening cans for people, helping people. With that second. That's good. That's your heart. That's your heart.
Well, you know,
God bless you with that heart.
yeah.
That's your heart.
Well, you know, I was more grateful for the opportunity to chat with this young
Yeah.
man.
You shared the word of
He
God.
empowered
That's
my mind,
beautiful.
my heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he gave me a gift.
That's beautiful.
It wasn't the $5 and the 2 bottles of water. It wasn't that, or you know, it was what he gave me. I said, every time you do something for
Yes.
someone, there's some kind of good.
Yes,
in you know,
yes.
a little good.
Yes, yes, it is.
But you have to be cautious.
This is true.
You know, in the world with our people, we
yes.
just never know. Like you said, what was the word vial?
Yes.
When
Oof.
we have the vial out there.
Yes.
You know,
Oof.
always working. You know, we went to Hawaii again. I'm going to talk about it, and it was so beautiful and green.
Oh.
There's nothing there now.
Oh.
The big fire.
Yeah,
Took
breaks
it all
my
away.
heart because
Oh.
that was my plan. My vacation was I was going to go next month,
Oh.
but it doesn't look like I'll probably be going. But you know, the good thing I did not buy plane tickets.
Right.
My
Oh,
cousin
okay.
now he bought plane tickets.
Mhm.
Were they
Oh.
refundable?
Yes, they
Oh, good.
refunded
Oh,
his money.
that
He
was
got
a
his money
blessing.
refunded, so which is a good thing. But I
Mhm.
just made reservations.
Yes.
So, but I feel really bad for the country. The city,
Oh.
they're
The
Hawaii. is-
beautiful people.
Yes.
Yeah. We went last October, so I'm thankful that everything. But we went to Honolulu.
Yes.
So, but Maui was on my bucket list,
Yes.
and now it's
It's gone.
it's gone.
Yeah, I on my cruise we stayed. One of our stops was Maui. We stayed there for
Oh.
2 days.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I said, I'm gonna go back here and
Yeah.
really get to know the city.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You know.
Shaved ice. That's what it was.
Oh, I loved. Oh,
Yeah.
every day I had to have 2 or 3. It was so good. Oh my gosh.
My grandkids, I mean, they were like totally, oh, Grandma, come on, Grandma, come on, Grandma. It was a wonderful trip, and I just feel my heart breaks for those people.
Yes,
And,
yes.
you know, I just
quite a
hope that they get it
Quite a few
together.
people lost their lives so far.
Oh,
so
really?
They didn't expect it to go higher.
Mm.
So it's really sad.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
sad
That
situation.
is.
Well, you know, now it's ashes. It was a historical little town.
Mm.
Green.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, you know, it's a wonderful, wonderful day today to talk about, you know, nasal polyps.
Okay.
You know, we have a nurse here. We have a nurse here. And what are nasal polyps?
Nasal polyps?
Yeah.
Just things that you can have in your nose
In your
that
nose,
kind
uh-huh.
of grow a little bit, and they're right there in your nostrils, and they just
They
we have
hurt?
little hairs up there, and people always want to take their hairs out. Well, actually, those hairs are good for you because they're filters. So they're filters, so
Yes.
it kind of helps everything that goes through there, so you don't catch everything that comes.
I've seen
Yes.
I've seen
So-
people with a lot of filters.
Yeah, I know, but they're good for filters. But good thing because allergy season. This is allergy season is pretty much it's coming up soon actually because October, whenever the fall flowers start
Yes.
changing and everything, and it just causes a lot of problems, sinus problems, and allergy problems, and headaches.
So you kind of stay hydrated and you treat it kind of like a cold.
Yeah, and also they have that machine where you can take and it goes
Saline.
in.
Yeah, the saline.
And
It
it
cleans
really,
it out.
yes, my son
After
uses that
something
and it
like
works
that,
for him
yeah.
and my friend, so it works for them. And this just keeps you fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh.
Yeah, and they have the decongestions all
They,
kinds.
yes, they do. They do.
But if it doesn't work, then you go see a
Go see a
professional.
professional. Yeah, and that is
Absolutely.
so important because you don't want
Yeah.
asthma. The
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's
asthma is
right,
another big
yeah.
thing. Asthma is really bad for young people and it's bad for older
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now that's something I suffer from is seasonal allergies and certain material, fragrances, different things.
Right.
But seasonal allergies all year long.
Right.
A lot of people are suffering
Yeah,
like that.
and
My sister does. She wears a mask almost everywhere.
it's
Sorry.
miserable. It really is miserable. Growing up, I'm in New York, didn't know we had, anything about allergies, and came to California, and my husband and I were dog sitting. I came to California, didn't have any more problems. Dog sitting for a friend that just got married and went on her honeymoon, and whoosh. And went to the doctor and he said, "You have allergies."
allergy
Yeah. And it just started it all over again. And so from then, I've always suffered. So I have to keep some type of allergy medication with me at all times.
Right.
I find that if I take it first thing in the morning, I'm good throughout the
Yeah,
day.
that's how my sister is. People think she wears a mask because of COVID, and she wears a mask because of her allergies.
she's-
And she gets like that. She just flares up, and then her whole day is miserable.
Terrible. Yep, that's me.
Miserable. So she takes her allergy medication in the morning, and and it helps her out a lot. But you never know, could go a little further and you could have a severe allergic reaction to anything at
Yes.
the time when you have bad allergies.
Yes.
So some people have to carry EpiPens.
Mm-hmm.
They have to carry
Yeah.
What's an
EpiPen.
EpiPen?
EpiPen is it's medication that you take. It's a shot.
It's a
That
shot.
you have a severe. It's to help you with athletic shocks. That's if you have a really severe allergy, so bad to where your throat starts to close.
Oh.
So once you start feeling that tingling in your throat, and you think it's going to close. Then see if you have the EpiPen, and then you just give yourself a shot. It doesn't really. You just take it and put it in your
So
body.
is this something the doctors prescribe?
Oh, absolutely. You have to have a prescription for it, but it's really good to have.
Yes.
But you need to let people know you have it.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
if nobody knows you have it, and
It
you're
could sit in that
and
bag.
you're-
Yeah,
you're-
you're in
yes, and your
trouble.
throat starts to swell, and you can't talk. anymore.
Yes.
So it's good to let people know that.
Oh
you
yeah.
carry it around.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's
My
good.
granddaughter, she's allergic to like peanut butter and eggs, and so when she comes over,
Anaphylactic
she's
shock
she
is
just
bad.
turned
Cautious,
2.
yeah.
Well, actually, she hasn't turned 2 yet, but
Yeah.
she turned 2, and
She's young.
yeah, and she has to have her
Oh, little
eggs.
babies,
Yes.
they like it.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. And you have to introduce babies, young people, to things young. So I know my granddaughter, she's 2 now, and I was like, so I'm like, do I give her peanut butter? But because you have to try little
Little
things
bit.
at a time to make
Yes.
sure they're not allergic.
Right.
So she wasn't allergic. I said, okay, now you can do peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm careful. I'm like,
Yes,
you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
never know.
yeah.
So you have
Yeah,
to start.
but the doctor did say that may be something she can grow out of. That
Yes,
mom
yes.
would have to start introducing it to her little at a time. So, but to know that your child has an allergic reaction is scary. So
Yes.
you may never introduce them to it.
Right, and they have to go to school and you have to read the labels. It's important to read every label.
And remind them not to get the sandwich from the
Yeah,
kids.
well-
Yes, no
Yeah.
sharing.
Well, no sharing, but but most of the cakes and cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Has
And
to,
then,
yeah.
and so the schools give peanut butter
Yes,
cookies.
they
Yes.
do.
So
Yeah.
all they have to do is sit there and
That's
smell
something that
it.
they probably should stop. and
A
say.
lot of schools have stopped doing peanut butter, peanuts, because of the different food allergies. I know
Good.
one of the teachers that I know, she will not allow any food in her classroom because she has severe
Yes,
peanut allergies.
yes.
So no food comes in her class. Snack time is outside. Everything is outside. So if a parent brings popsicles, we're having them outside because I'm not sure what's
Right,
what
what's going
do
to
you
trigger her allergies.
Yes.
That is so true.
that's
That's a
great.
good idea. That's a good idea.
Yes.
But see, all this happens because parents become advocates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, mothers know what their
Experience.
children
Yeah. From
So they, in
experience.
unity, these
Yes.
parents, they know what should be there in the cafeteria for the
Yes. Exactly.
so-
Yeah.
So they should have a word,
And then they send home the calendar.
Right.
Let you know what breakfast and lunch is going to be each day. And if you have concerns about that, I think the best thing you should probably do is send your child a packed lunch.
Pack lunch on that particular day. Well, that's wonderful that they do that.
Yes.
I had no idea they did
Well, my
that.
granddaughter wants to take her lunch. She said, I want to take my lunch. And so I'm like,
Yes.
sure. That's why,
Yes.
so she waned to go to the grocery store and buy all the healthy
All the
things.
stuff,
So
yeah.
that's why I did for her.
Oh no,
she
you're
likes
taking
it,
that, getting that cafeteria lunch.
I know. She said, I don't want that. So I was like, I said, you want to make your lunch every day? She said, yeah. I said, okay, well.
But it doesn't
That's
take
good.
that long to make a
No,
sandwich.
it doesn't. And it's healthier, actually.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
only because you know what's
Yes, what
what
you're
you-
putting
Yeah.
in there.
And they're not going to have allergic reaction to something you put in,
Yes.
in their
Yeah.
bag. So.
And then another thing that's so important is to teach our kids not to share. Because not only allergic reaction, but there's drugs and some of these
yes,
things. Kids grab things from home that parents put in these edibles and,
little gummy
that-
bears.
Yes,
and
yeah,
That's
yes.
such
and-
Wow, that's
The
amazing.
Skittles, the little Skittles.
Yeah.
There's these things that look like Skittles that the kids are taking.
Yes.
They're
mhm.
drugs.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
So we stress that. We just had yesterday our rules assembly. No sharing. No one is to share. Do not share. But that rule goes
yeah.
out the window as
Out the
soon as
window.
he sees what you have for lunch and you see
Can I
what
have some?
Yeah.
exactly we're sharing. Yeah.
Right, right. But that's a good rule. I think
Yes.
that's good.
Yes.
No sharing,
Yes.
yeah.
Sharing.
Yeah, we should probably make little signs like that and put it on the lunch bag. No
Yeah.
sharing, you know, for the little kids. But you know, it's wonderful to know that you parents. I say you parents because you're young, and you have children still and grandchildren that you're helping raise. So it's wonderful, like you said, you have a calendar, or they send you home
Yes.
the list of what they're going to eat that day, or whatever the occasion.
Yes.
And it's beautiful to have that. But then I heard about a lady who was driving down the road, and she didn't want her child to scream anymore, 7 weeks old or so. Didn't want that baby to cry anymore. She stopped on the side of the road and put liquor in that child's bottle.
Wow.
Here in San Bernardino County.
She had some issues herself
Yes.
Right.
in order to do that to your child. You know.
So that child shouldn't, I totally believe that child shouldn't go back to this woman. However, when I worked the burn center many years ago over on Gilbert and San Bernardino, the hospital, I worked in the burn center, and a mother brought in the baby, and they took her to jail. She put the child, the little baby, in hot boiling water,
Oh my
and all his little back
Jesus.
skin was gone, 3rd degree, and she went to prison. The child stayed with us, the little baby, for months, and rolling pig skin on this baby,
Oh goodness.
hearing him cry, hearing him,
It's pretty sad.
down to the point to where, we had to lift up the leg and graft skin from a deceased body so that we could put that skin on that baby. And then after all this child went through, when the child was released at County Hospital on the double doors, who was there on the other side of the double doors? The grandma was picking up the baby supposedly, but there was the mother.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, you have to look at, she was, you're going through postpartum depression. Postpartum depression is real. And
Very.
It's very real, and they go through it, and it can last for,
A long time.
A long time.
It can.
So all these, you just never know what's going to happen for all this long time.
There's just a lot behind that story.
Absolutely. There is a lot behind
Or
the
if
stories,
they're on
yeah.
drugs and they could have got their act together and get, we all deserve a second chance. But I understand what you're saying. To see what that child went through, you as the caregiver or at
I was rolling
to
that pig skin on that baby.
It makes you angry. I know.
yes,
It makes
it's
you
like
angry
never
because you're
should this
looking at
child go
Yeah.
back to that parent.
This program, Essence Table Talk, is a wonderful program for our viewers.
Yes.
And I'm really happy that we have the opportunity to do this program so that, our viewers can see what's
Yes.
going on, what 3 regular women have on their minds,
life.
Yes.
You might be walking by us and, there's so much to be told and shared. And when we
Exactly.
have people like ourselves here together, we can share some of that information. But next month, we're going to have a wonderful guest. Your
Can't
special
wait.
Right.
about, what is it?
Trafficking,
Sex
sex
Trafficking, human
yes,
trafficking.
human
Oh,
trafficking.
that's such a
Yes,
sad
I can't
situation,
wait to hear her story.
And it's
Story of
really,
survivor.
Awesome. Very good testimony. Awesome testimony.
and I can't wait to watch that
Yes.
particular show.
Yes.
So we really want you to, to be part of it and see how you can
Oh,
be part of this team so that we can, provide a really good show.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
We have to thank Gabriel.
Yes.
We have to thank Jasmine.
Yes.
They are wonderful people.
Yes, they
are
are.
Thank you.
Kudos. Yes, yes.
Yes. And it's been fun.
Yes, it has.
I've had fun with you.
I've had a
and
wonderful
you.
time.
Yes.
Great topics, great conversations.
yes,
That's
yes.
right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.
Come on.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, ladies.
All right, viewers at home, we had so much fun today, us ladies.
Yes.
Yes, we did. And I hope that some of this information helped you a little bit so that you
Yes.
can deal with daily issues in life. Remember, there's always hope. Remember, you can always reach out for help.
Yes.
Don't try to do it by yourself, okay? This is Erlinda Patterson.
And Kimberly Anthony.
Chevelle McKenzie.
And we are here to tell you we love you. Until next time, take care.
Thank you.